I know what I need to be, and this isn't me. Physically, chemistry, entity, even mentally.
I know what I need to be, and this isn't me. Physically, chemistry, entity, even mentally. I am here to talk about my son, Davonte Pressley, that was shot 3 times by Miguel Gonsalves, a police officer that later shot and killed a man a year later after shooting my son.
I always do miss him. My mother misses him. My other brother misses him. All of our family members misses him.
There is just an incredible epidemic proportion of, and I think it's like 75% and more, folks that have been killed by the NYPD, killed by law enforcement across the US, or folks living with a mental health or physical disability.
My son has been diagnosed with bipolar. He has been taking medication, and I feel that Davonte would be better home. He's not getting the proper meds on Rikers, and I believe if he come home, I can monitor his medication. We have people that comes in and helps him.
For all intents and purposes, we can look at, Davonte Pressley as a political prisoner because he survived. They did not expect him to live to tell the tale, and that's why within, hours of the near murder of Davonte Pressley, they demonized him in the press. They pulled out all the stops. He's never been convicted of a crime, but yet there is all of this, his entire record is held in front of him.
Another case of the block versus Popo. It's irregular, the cycle never fails. Young black males being mailed to the jails, but I see my man Corey, what he did. He a 13-year-old church-going kid.
My son, he loved his music, his poetry. He was doing it since he was the age of 7. A lot of kids used to come and tell me how much he saved them from getting in trouble because they started finding something else to occupy their time, which was their music. And he got them into doing that.
In our neighborhood, in Flatbush, East Flatbush, that people are constantly stopped by the police. There's constant police presence. Because of gentrification, since 2012, we've seen an increase of police.
The police officer is still walking around, still have his job. After he killed the man and after he shot my son, he's still walking around. He still get to go home to his family. He still get to go be with his kids. And I really don't see where's that justice.
It's been very tough for my mother. She always goes to his court dates. She always talks to him on the phone. She usually sends money to him, and he's just like me. She really wishes he would come home and be happy again.
Here's a bill that's been set with a family that is a mom and 3 kids who's supposed to somehow come up with $50,000 to pay to get her son out of jail, that has been there we're about to hit, a year and a half. And I think it's so important that people support this family and make it really clear that enough is enough.
As soon as I can get $50,000 raised for him, that's as soon as he's getting out. And every dime will be going toward that and only that, helping him to help himself in his situation. So I thank everyone for listening, and just please give what you can. Thank you.
We need Davonte out of jail to get the medical care that he needs, to be with the people who love and care for him, to say that Black Lives Matter and the NYPD can't just live and do whatever they want to, nearly kill people in our community who simply call 911 and there's no recourse. Help Davonte Pressley, help his family. Please give today.
I tell him everything's gonna be okay. We're trying our best to get you out of there and come back home. Everything's gonna be okay. We usually pray to God that he comes home one day.
I lost a friend, I lost a friend. Why they had to do my little man so filthy? Why they had to do my little man so filthy? Lost a friend, and it damn near killed me. Lost a friend, and it damn near killed me. Why they had to do my little man so filthy? Why they had to do my little man so filthy? Lost a friend, and it damn near killed me. I woke up in the middle of the night, thought I was in heaven when I seen them bright lights. I hopped up, ran to the window. Another case of the block versus Popo. It's irregular, the cycle never fails. Young black males being mailed to the jails, but I see my man Corey, what he did. He a 13-year-old church-going kid.